struggling or dealing with aspects of your leadership development that you just don't feel comfortable asking some of your peers about. Perhaps you're in a really complicated situation. You're not sure exactly how to do the task or how to manage the conversation. Maybe how do you really grow as a leader? How do you gain more persuasive influence as a leader? Well, this is a great opportunity for you to ask me anything. Today is a question and answer session specifically for you as a leader to give you some insights into how you can navigate some of those very complex situations that come up sometimes in the wonderful world of leadership. Now, this video, as I mentioned, is a Q&A, and this is a live video. Therefore, if you're watching this portion of the video, you are watching the replay. Give me just a few moments so I can interact with the audience when they join, and we'll get into your questions and answers. Feel free to ask me anything as it relates to developing yourself as a leader. I know leadership can be very challenging. I did not have a lot of guidance when I was starting out professionally in my career as a woman in leadership. And I know it's hard out there. And sometimes I wish that I had someone I could just talk to. So I'm here to support you any way that I can. Now, if you're new to me, welcome. If you are one of my amazing subscribers, I'm so glad that you're here, and I appreciate you all so much. This is a very interesting topic. There's so many things going on in the world right now as it relates to leaders. And I just want to share with you a few insights as it relates to leadership that I have gained over the past 20 years being in senior executive leadership roles that will hopefully help you to think about leadership a little bit differently as you are going through your journey. Now, I provide executive coaching and consultation services to women in leadership. So if you're at a point where you need some support, then let me know in the comments below, or reach out to me for a strategy session. We'll talk about where you are and where you want to be and how we can get you there the fastest. If you are not in my direct target audience that I provide executive coaching and consultation services to, you may be a man in leadership. You may be someone that is not a leader just yet, but you're thinking about it. You will learn a tremendous amount of information from this channel. I focus very heavily on more advanced communication skills in terms of being able to speak more concisely and confidently when you are in those very high stakes, high pressure situations. So if you want to stand out from everybody else, this is the best channel for you to be at on YouTube. So let's talk about leadership. When you think about the word leadership, what comes to mind and who comes to mind? There are leaders that you feel that exemplify leadership. Now, I will say we are all humans and none of us are perfect. And leaders, whether they're in your community or maybe you were looking at leaders globally, all make mistakes and they do things that we do not like. However, leadership still has a fundamental, important foundation to it that everybody should want to try to exemplify. So I want to say hello to all of you who are joining today. If you are at a point where you're trying to really elevate yourself as a leader and you have some questions, maybe you are struggling with an aspect of leadership development, maybe you are a leader right now and you are dealing with some really hard times, some hard decisions, some really complex conversations and issues, then this is your opportunity to ask me anything. I'm here to support you any way that I can on your journey as a leader. Feel free to learn from my over 20 years of experience as a C-suite executive, a director, and a manager, to help you be able to navigate these very challenging times that we have in the wonderful world of leadership. And let me know what part of the big, beautiful world you all are joining from today. Let me know so we can have a conversation. It's Friday here in the United States. So I am always excited because Friday is the best day of the week to me. So let's talk about leadership while I'm waiting for some responses. Now, when you think about leadership, who comes to mind and what comes to mind? Which person do you consider to be an amazing leader, and who are some individuals that you refer to as leaders, and what are some characteristics you think are important for leaders to have? I want to say hello to I'm going to say RAJAAQ. Hope you're doing well today. We are talking about leadership development, Art. Thank you for being here. Let me know what part of Big Beautiful World you all are joining from today. And let me know, excuse me, when you think about leadership, what leaders come to mind and what are some characteristics that come to mind for leaders. I'll share with you a couple things that I have learned over the past 20 years. The most important insight I will share with you today as it relates to leadership includes the following. When you are in a leadership role, it is something that I would encourage you to never take lightly. Sometimes people get into leadership roles for various reasons, and you let me know if you know people that have been able to go into leadership roles for these reasons. There are people that are wanting to be in leadership roles because they genuinely want to help people. They want to help people, they want to serve people, and truly make a difference in this world. If you know people that are like that are leaders, that are truly wanting to make a difference in the world, then put them in the comments below. I want to say hello to Elena Concepcion. Hello, Elena. How are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Elena says hi. Let me know what part of the big, beautiful world you are in today. And also, let me know, when you think of leaders, who comes to mind, and what characteristics come to mind when you think of a really good leader. What are those? Put them in the comments below. As I mentioned, some people go into leadership roles for various reasons. One of the reasons they go into leadership roles is because they want to genuinely impact people and they really want to make a difference. Some people go into leadership roles because they are simply trying to climb the ladder, and they are wanting to excuse me, friends, they want to be in leadership roles, but the real reason why they want to be in a leadership role is because of their own selfish interest. I'm just saying that. I know you may think, oh wow, I can't believe she said that. Yes, I will tell you exactly what it is. Those are different people. Now, Elena says, how are you? Elena, I'm doing amazing. Today is Friday in the United States, and any day I'm live with y'all is an amazing day for me. Let me know what questions you all have about leadership development. What are some challenges you're facing as leaders right now that you want to get some insight on? Let me know in the comments below. But as I mentioned, there's generally different types of people that go into leadership roles. As I mentioned, the first type of person, and I appreciate you for the smiley face, Elena. The first type of person is someone that genuinely wants to help people. The second type of individual is the person that is completely just focusing in on themselves, and they're just trying to climb the leadership ladder. There are people like that. They're trying to climb the ladder. They're trying to get more income and things like that. So I want to say hello to Caden Hall 247. Hello, Caden. Good to see you again. Caden says, black fatigue is real. So tell me specifically what you're referring to. I believe I know what you're referring to in terms of just being an African American. I believe that's what you're referring to, but give me some more context so we can talk about it. But as I mentioned, there's a third type of person that goes into leadership. The third type of person that goes into leadership specifically are those individuals that just happen to stumble upon it. They just stumble upon leadership. They weren't trying to make a difference in the world. They were not trying to climb the ladder to gain more income or to gain more titles or to put more things on their resume. They just simply just happen to just fall into it. People notice them, they see inspiration in them, and they go into the leadership role and they become leaders. So those are some things that I have noticed in terms of the type of people that go into leadership roles. So let me see what's in the chat. Elena says, I love your streams. Well, thank you, Elena. Thank you for being here, and I appreciate you being here. And for those of you who are followers of mine or have been on some of my live streams, I really am here to support you all. And if you have something that's coming up for you, a challenging topic, a hard situation, or something along those lines, feel free to just ask me anything. Let me know. I really am genuinely here to support you all and to help you any way that I can as you are navigating the wonderful world of leadership and some of the challenges that sometimes will come up from those situations. So let me know how I can support you. Let me know what questions you have. And there's a few insights I want to share with you really quickly as it relates to leadership. So I mentioned to you the type of people that typically go into leadership, and I appreciate the heart emojis. Now let me share with you one of the most important aspects of leadership that many people don't talk about, but I want to share with you. That is, regardless of what your reasonings were to go into a leadership role, and thank you for the heart emojis, whether you are someone that genuinely wants to make an impact on the world, and I appreciate the heart, the smiley faces also, friends. You may be somebody that is climbing the ladder, or you may be someone that just stumbled upon leadership. This is something that I want to mention to you all. Regardless of why you decide to be a leader, you have the ability to make a big difference in someone's lives. And not only in one person, you have a difference in making the lives of future generations different. And you may be wondering, well, how do leaders do that? Well, I'll share that with you in just a moment. So I want to say hello to Rohit. Hello, Rohit. Welcome back, friend. How you doing today? And we have Alex B706G. It says, hi, it's me, Alex Pickering. Hello, Alex. Good to see you again. Welcome back, friend. Good to see you. Elena says, I'm sending the hearts. Well, thank you, Elena. I appreciate the hearts. As I mentioned, for leaders specifically, we sometimes take it for granted. We sometimes get so busy and so inundated in the challenges of leadership. Let me know in the comments below, for those of you who join. Really quickly, when you think about leadership, who comes to mind as someone that inspires you as a leader? And then two, what characteristics do you think a good leader has? Let me know. I have about 2 more minutes. Let me know what are you thinking about when it relates to leadership. But as I mentioned, and Elena says, my name is Rosie. Okay, hello, Rosie. Good to see you. I'm glad that you let me know that. So next time I see you live, I will remember your name is Rosie. As leaders, you have the ability to change someone's life. And sometimes in the world of leadership, there's so many fires that we have to deal with. There's so many situations, there's so many challenges that happen that we just don't really think about the big difference that we're making. You may have one conversation as a leader, whether you are a woman in leadership, a man in leadership, or somebody that's thinking about leadership. You may be at a point where you have this one conversation with someone and you completely change their life. They may have been in a very tough place where they wanted to not continue living. I've had conversations like that with people and have been able to change their direction of their lives, and they decided to find more inspiration in life. You may have someone that is in a financial crisis, and you may give one piece of advice, one piece of guidance that helps them to just be that person and do what they need to do. Now, you may be in a situation where you are at a higher level of leadership. Maybe you're developing policies and developing impact and improving people's lives by just this one policy decision, this one piece of language that you put in your piece of legislation. So when you think about leadership and you decide you're stepping into leadership, remember, leadership is not just about you. It is about the impact that you can make on the world today. So keep that in mind as you are developing yourselves as leaders. You are doing something impactful and something so incredibly meaningful to so many people on the world. Even if it's in your community, your decisions, your comments will impact future generations. So the next time you find yourself in a leadership position, don't be afraid of it. Consider it an opportunity for you to make a difference in the world. So let me see what's in the chat before I finish up. Elena says, you slay with that outfit. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Elena. Caden Hall says, it's very cringe that you call yourself a leader. Well, Caden, I've been in leadership roles, senior executive leadership roles for over 20 years. Feel free to let me know what leadership roles you've been in, because obviously if you have actually been in a leadership role, then you can recognize when someone's been a leader. So maybe you haven't been in one, Caden, and it's probably not the channel for you. Elena says, I like your videos. I subscribe to your videos. They are so good. I just have to come in. Well, thank you. Thank you, Rosie, so much. I appreciate you for being here. And I will be live later this afternoon, this evening. We'll talk a little bit more about leadership. It's Friday, so it's whatever you want to talk about specifically. I'm here to support you any way that I can on your journey. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.